behind compound interest is you're going to invest some money today, this money is going to grow, and now you have your money working hard to make you money, and the money that your money made working hard to make you money. So it's almost like your money is having babies, and your money is just going to keep compounding and growing, which means you have more money working hard to make you money. Even if you're not investing your money in the traditional sense, you should hopefully still be earning this type of compound interest, because if you go to work every single day, you're compounding your knowledge and your skills. And so the longer you go to work, the more skills you're going to learn, and the more valuable you're going to be as an employee. That's why as you get older, your pay should hopefully go up too, because you're compounding your knowledge, you're compounding your skills, and now you're more valuable, which means you should be getting paid more money. It's the same concept with your money, except more money doesn't give you more skills, it just gives you more power. Like this $100 bill doesn't have more skills than this $20 bill does, it just has more power, because assuming that $1 will buy me a machine that's gonna make me a nickel, now with this $100 bill, I can buy 100 of those machines. With this $20 bill, I can only buy 20 of those machines. So I'm going to be able to earn more nickels with this $100 bill than this, just because I got more power with this piece of paper than this one. But this is where compounding becomes so powerful, because every dollar I earn will buy me another machine that makes me a nickel, and I need 20 nickels to earn a dollar. This $20 bill will get me 20 nickels, which will buy me one more nickel making machine. This $100 bill will earn me 100 nickels, which will buy me 5 more nickel making machines. So I'll be able to earn more nickels with this just because I got more buying power. The more dollars, you don't need a ton of money to start, but the longer you have, the more your money is going to be able to grow, which is why you're going to see the biggest returns towards the end of your compounding. Like even if you start with just 1 penny and you can double your money every single day. Day 1, you have just a penny. In day 8, you have $1. By day 21, you have $10,000. Now your money is really starting to grow. And by day 30, you're gonna have over $5 million, and you started with just a penny. Now, I already know what you're thinking. But Jaspreet, if it was so easy for me to double a penny, I'd already be doing that right now. Now, I know it's not easy to double your money every single day, and that's not the goal, but you can do this over time. There's a couple different strategies that you can follow to compound your money and really build your wealth over time. There's an active strategy and a passive way. I'm gonna be going over this, but before I do, really compounding your money is literally what the word says it is. You are being active and you are buying something, selling it, and now you're using your profits to go buy something else. You see this all the time in real estate. You go out and you buy a $100,000 property, you renovate it, whatever, you fix it up, and you go sell this property for $150,000. Now instead of going and buying another $100,000 property, you go out and you buy a $150,000 property and you renovate it, and now you sell it for $225,000. And so slowly you are growing your money and compounding your money because you can do bigger deals. Now you can do 2 deals at one time. You can do $200,000 deals and hopefully sell both of these for $150,000 each. And now you're just compounding what you're doing. You're slowly growing what you can do because you make some money and you take your profits and you reinvest it into whatever it is you're doing. Doing this type of active compounding, you really just got to find the right risk balance for you, because anytime you pull a dollar out, that's a dollar that you cannot compound. But if you keep the dollars in there, then you take on more risk. I mean, this is one of the things that made Elon Musk so financially successful, because in the early stages of his career, when he would make $25 million, he would reinvest all of this money back into his business, and he would leave nothing for himself, because he wanted to compound and grow his dreams and his wealth by taking every dollar he had and throwing it back into his beliefs. The second way you can compound your money is the passive way, and this is what a lot of people think about when they think of compound investing, because now what you're doing is you are taking your money and you're putting it into an investment. You're going to let your money grow, and anytime your money makes money, you are going to reinvest that money back into it. That way this money that you have growing is going to keep growing even if you don't add money into the pot, because your money is growing and this new money is going to be working to make you money too. When I was in high school, anytime we talked about compounding or investing your money in my math class, the example that my teacher always gave me was investing your money in a CD in the bank or a savings account. So the way it works is you put your money in the bank, either in a CD or a bank account, and then your money is going to grow, and as your money sits there, it will compound and grow, because now this money that your money made will grow even more. But the interesting thing about this, so if we write bank account, you're not going to get a very good return, especially nowadays. A savings account nowadays is going to pay you like 0.1% if you're lucky, and a CD is going to pay you 1% if you're lucky. So if we look at this where you get a 1% return on your money, and I'm being very generous here, it is going to take you a long time for you to double your money. At this rate, keeping your money in the bank is going to take you 72 years to double your money. So the other hand has gone up by between 8 to 10% a year historically. So even if we stay on the low end here, 8%, you're going to be able to grow your money much faster. And the thing you got to understand about the stock market is there's a couple of different ways that you can make money. You can make money through appreciation, which is when the price of your stock goes up, and you can also make money through dividends, which is when the company that you invest in literally just gives you a cash check. So if you can grow your money by 8% a year in the stock market, you can double your money every 9 years. That's a whole lot better than 72. Now, if we kind of really look at compounding your money, this is where a lot of people assume that you have to invest in dividend-paying companies, which are companies that pay you cash payments. That way you can compound your money, because in that case, when you get this dividend, then you could reinvest this dividend back into the stock market and buy more shares. That way now your money is actually growing. So you invest in a dividend-paying company, this company gives you some cash, then your money automatically gets invested. That way you can own more shares, and now as you own more shares, you're going to get more dividends. As you get more dividends, you can buy more shares. So it creates this reoccurring cycle of growth and compounding. This dividend reinvestment strategy is a great way for you to build your own wealth, because now anytime you get paid, you're going to automatically reinvest this money. And so with real estate, when I invest my money, I'm looking for a 7% annual return on my money, cash on cash minimum. Ideally something closer to 8%, but 7% is my real minimum. Now the thing that you got to understand here is that if I get a 7% return on my money, it's going to take me 10 years to double my money. But in this case, the 7% is a cash on cash return that I'm getting every single year in my pocket. So if I'm about to compound your money, the whole idea behind that is anytime you make money, you want to reinvest at least some of it. That way your money is growing and the money your money made is growing. That way you can grow your money quicker and quicker and quicker over time, because the real secret to building wealth is investing. Yes, we talk about that all the time, but if you really want to grow your money quicker, you got to compound your money, which means
compound interest is calculated using the compound interest formula. To calculate your future value, multiply your initial balance by 1 plus the annual interest rate to the power of the number of the compounds period. Subtract the initial balance if you want to know the total interest earned. So it gives you the formula right here, how to calculate compound interest. But if you don't want to go through the formula that it gives you here, you can use their system. All right. So we're going to pump in a number, 3,000. So let's say you're placing a stake of $3,000. The interest is 3% weekly. We're going to do it over 36 months, because anytime that you're looking for a major return, that return isn't going to come overnight. 36 months, folks, 3 years, it's called a short-term investment in the investment world. All right. So 3 years to 5 years is considered short-term. And so what we're doing is 36 months, which is 3 years. Just going to put the 3 here. All right. I could have put 36 months here. We're just going to put 3 years. The compounding interval. How often will your money add to itself to compound? Here, that's weekly. All right. Withdrawals. Let me show you guys something. We're going to do this. This is going to be an excellent training. You're not going to tell anybody about Fundsz, right? So you're going to do the $10 monthly withdrawal coming out of your account. And so I'm going to do 3 scenarios. I'm going to show you how that $10 coming out monthly, how it looks coming out every 6 months, and how it'll look out coming out once a year, how it affects your compound. All right. So go back and review. 3,000 deposited into its stake, on average returning 3% weekly for 3 years, 36 months, compounding weekly. That means it's compounding 52 times in a year. All right. So this is how you read this. Withdrawal, $10 monthly, because I'm not going to tell anybody about Fundsz. I'm just going to continue to stay. Just want to put my money to work, forget about everybody else. All right. Calculate. Now, The way you know if your calculation is correct is because at 3% compounding weekly, your annual APY will be 365%. So that's basically a percent a day, 365 days in a year. You're averaging 1% a day, compounding. All right, that's 7% a week, compounding. That's 30% a month, compounding. All right. So when we tell people that's 12% a month, that's, folks, we're being conservative because we're not adding in the compound. So what we're doing here is extremely, extremely powerful. And for those of you that like this number, please drop me some dollar signs in the chat box, because this is the power of compounding. This is what Einstein was talking about. You begin with $3,000, and after 36 months, you have a balance of $294,000. Where else are you going to find that? Right? Being able to put your money to work for you and consistently receive a return. So as you scroll down, you see right here, it gives you the breakdown. And so it shows you the power each and every month. First month, second month, third month. So even by the third month, your 3,000 has turned into 4,300. You have a $1,400 profit plus already in the third month. All right. Check it out right here. Look at the 12th month. You're up 10,800, 10,000. Okay. Continue to scroll down. Look at the 24th month. You're up 60 grand. Now you're at 63,000. But remember, we're doing this for 36 months, right? So that means between the 24th month and the 36th month, you went from 63,000 to 294,000 in 12 months. So this shows you right now, folks, the power of compounding, because the longer you let it work, the more it's earning you. So you might have been happy with putting in 3,000 and getting back out 63,000, right? You might have told the world about that. But if you let it ride another 12 months, you're talking about taking out 294,000. Folks, this is real. This is what's happening. This is what's happening in our community. Right now, we're closing out our first year of staking and earning that 3% on average week. So those people that placed their stake with us at the beginning, they're closing out their very first 12 months. So we've had people put in $100,000, right? Closing out 12 months. We'll take a look at that before we go. All right, but this is also what we want to look at. We want to show the difference. So right now you're at 294, right? But let's say you pay it every 6 months. Your withdrawal is coming out every 6 months. That means you're paying $60 instead of 10 every month. You're paying $60, $120 a year, but you're paying it 6 months at a time because you have the opportunity to do that. Your membership, you can pay your membership monthly, every 90 days, every 6 months, every 9 months, or every year. So now I'm going to show you what your calculation is going to be if you do it every 6 months. You're paying your membership. Now you're at $300,000. You picked up an extra $6,000 over 3 years because you decided to pay your membership every 6 months instead of every month. All right. So let me show you the power if you do it every year. So now you're paying $120 once a year to put your money to work. And it boosts you another $1,000. So a $7,500 boost over 36-month period for paying your membership 1 year at a time versus monthly. So that's a clear example of how taking advantage of those membership options can make you more money. Now, $7,500 might not seem a lot when you're talking about 300,000, but folks, every dollar counts because that 7,500 is helping you get to that 300,000 faster, right? So you see it right here. So really, I need to change that because so it's taking out $10 every 12 months. So it needs to take out 120. So I'm glad I scrolled down and looked at that. So you always have to check it. Now you want to do 120 yearly. All right. So it's at 294 versus the 298 versus the 294 where it was. So it's a $4,000 difference, $4,500 difference. All right. So we like to be accurate in everything that we're saying. So you can always go back and check yourself. So it shows you here, 12 months, 120 taken out, 120 taken out. In the third, you're getting your money here. I'm still at 298, 300 grand right at. So